everyone, and welcome to the Angela Anderson Show, where we are helping moms live their dream while taking care of their family. I'm so glad you joined me today. This show is actually being recorded around the 4th of July holiday, so you might hear some fireworks that are taking place right now outside my window. Who knows? Maybe you can hear it, maybe you can't. Regardless, the show must go on. But anyway, I want to let you know why I created this particular talk show. It's a result of a virtual summit that I hosted last summer, which was the summer of 2022. And it was called Get Your Life on Track, Walk in Your Purpose. And the focus was on mothers who wanted to identify their purpose and live it fully while taking care of their family. For 14 days, I interviewed top influencers and speakers and people who just were in the know about, in this industry. But they shared information and great tips that assisted mothers in finding their purpose, pursuing their goals, and living their dream, all while taking care of their family. So if you've seen this show before, you already know that is my thing. We can do this, ladies. We can do it, moms, all while taking care of our family. So there's such a popular demand after the summit, that is. And I created this talk show where I will continue to empower moms out there to see their value, understand their importance, and reclaim their identity. So today, I want to talk to you about a topic that I think about quite often, and sometimes you might hear me say it every now and then when I talk in terms of coaching and the subjects that I use when I am helping moms in this area. But I want to talk about investing. I want to talk about investing. Now, some of you are thinking, is this going to be a financial show? Well, no, it's not the investing that you might be thinking of right now. But when we come back from our commercial break, I'm going to get right into it, and we're going to talk again about investing right after this.
Someone once said that life is a journey. Every now and then I convince myself that I have it all figured out. All of a sudden, life throws me a curveball and I find myself between a rock and a hard place. Through it all, the pervading theme is that God is constantly pursuing me. Just when I thought I knew God, He reveals Himself to me in a different way. I now realize that His purpose is to achieve a deeper level of intimacy with me, no matter what it takes. His main concern is the end result, which is to live with Him in eternity. He loves me that much, and the same holds true for you.
And that is a devotional book that I wrote just when I thought I knew God. It's available now on Amazon, and it's also in Kindle format. It's available to you as soon as you click on Amazon and order it for yourself or for maybe that special mom in your life or just someone that you know. So before the commercial, I said that I was going to talk about investing. And a lot of times when we hear the word investing, we think about finances, we think about money, we think about all of those things. But the type of investing I want to talk to you about is just a little bit different. So just hang in there with me for a second as I talk about that. Now, all of you who have been following me, you know that I have a human resources background. And one of the things that I used to do in human resources, I was a benefits manager for a long time, let's just say a decade. Well, 6 to 10 years, I was in benefits management, dabbled in benefits while I was doing the generalist function. But one of the things that I did as a benefits manager, I administered the 401k plan. Now, I don't want to assume that everyone who's listening understands and knows what a 401k plan is. So It's a retirement plan. And I was trained in DC plans, or defined contribution plans. And simply what that is, it's just a plan where you are making contributions as an employee. You're allocating your contributions to a specific account, and that account funds your retirement plan. Okay, so as I was doing this, mind you, I was not doing any type of investment advice because I was not qualified to do that. Of course, you have to be certified to do that. So it was more of educational purposes. So when I used to run the enrollment meetings, and the new employees, or sometimes the employees who were just there and were interested in 401k plans, would come in and we'd talk about the plan, the benefits of the plan, and with the hopes of getting people enrolled, because once they would see how great this would benefit them, especially if the employer was also contributing to it, that they would take part in this enrollment for the 401k plan. Now, one of the terms that we used frequently is diversification. Diversification, again, something that you would be familiar with it if you were in this field, but understanding the definition of it, you might have an understanding of it without me even telling you. But for the purpose of this lesson, diversification, as we're talking about it with the 401k plan and we're educating people, you don't want to put all of your funds, you don't want to allocate all the contributions in your paycheck to just one fund or one stock, right? You want to diversify, okay? You want to put it in several different funds, mutual funds, or you just want to spread it out. And you've heard of the term, never put all of your eggs in one basket. So we could think about this for a second and say, okay, if we diversify, if something goes wrong, when I say wrong, if one of the funds or a stock all of a sudden tanks, then if all of your money is in that one stock or fund, guess what? All of your money tanks. But if it's spread out, if it's diversified, then there's a little bit of a safety net. Okay. And of course, it depends on the market and all of those good things. But for the purpose of this lesson, diversification is basically branching out, broadening your horizons in terms of investing. But let's talk about that in terms of your life. Diversification. Your skills, your talents. And when you think about it, as a mom, the skills that you have are transferable to other areas. Now, I'm not sure if you're trying to start a business, if you have a business plan already in the works, or if there's something else that you want to do, something that you dream of doing, and you think, oh, maybe I don't have what it takes. But a lot of things that you do as a mom right now, those skills are transferable. And you can diversify those skills, those talents, broaden your horizons just by trying new things, using your management skills, because that's what we have just by being a mom, the things that we manage around our household, the way that we manage our children, the way that we manage our roles, our the different tasks that we have to do, organizational skills. You may not feel very organized. Sometimes I don't either, but we have these skills. Again, diversification, not placing everything you know and everything that you do in one area, but using it for what it is. Again, the skills that you have are transferable and they can be diversified. And the purpose of this, it will allow you to be more successful when you are diversifying these things that you have. Now, to me, life is like a stock market. There's some ups and there's some downs, right? The market goes up, the market goes down. And sometimes within a short amount of time, but we have to be flexible, adaptable. We have to, as they say, roll with the punches. And a lot of times we do this without even knowing it. Um, because again, that's life. And that is what we do. But what is our attention focused on when life has its ups and downs? Are we focused on the bad situations? Are we focused on the negative? And if you notice, when you do focus on the negative, when you do focus on bad situations and circumstances, what happens to your temperament, right? Your temperament will also go down with the market. It will plummet with these bad situations. And then your mood is at the mercy of the circumstance instead of you taking control of it and allowing yourself not to fluctuate that way, right? Um, and again, that comes with being flexible and adaptable. And a lot of it is what, again, we're focused on. We fail to see the blessings that are all around us if we just focus on the bad situation. We're not diversifying. We're just focusing on that one thing. But if we have that understanding and know that life is going to bring whatever it brings, we'll have a better foundation. Again, it's what we're focused on and it's what we're investing our time and our energy in. So what kind of investor are you? Think about that for a minute and let me explain what I mean when I ask that question. Um, so during the enrollment meetings, getting back to that for the 401k plan, when we would ask our employees, sometimes we would have them take like one of these quizzes. What type of investor are you? Um, what is your risk tolerance? In other words, do you get really uptight when you see a volatile market and you see your money going up and down and you're just so afraid that you just don't want to see or look because you really feel like you're losing your money? That would mean you have a low risk tolerance. If you have a higher risk tolerance, it doesn't bother you as much when the market fluctuates. Why? Because you're not looking at that one situation or circumstance. You're looking at the overall performance of the fund that you're invested in. You're looking at things in the long run. And so I'm challenging you, what type of investor are you? Um, do you make rash decisions in the face of tragedy or bad circumstances? Do you allow your emotions to take control of you because you're looking at it as, oh no, are you the investor who's like, oh, take all of my money out? Now you realize the investor who takes all of their money out of the account when the account is not, or the fund that's not doing well, they are actually realizing a loss instead of hanging in there and waiting to see what will happen, because again, the market goes up and down and sometimes you got to ride ride the wave. So for those of us who have a low risk tolerance, I would challenge you to not focus on, as we talked about before, the circumstance in front of you, but look at things, take a step back, and look at life in the long run. Understand that you have blessings, right? That maybe you recall or not. A lot of times I have to write it down. I have to journal because I will forget how God has led me in the past and how he's going to do it again in the future. But if we focus again on the blessings and not on the circumstance that is racking us right now, then we will be able to handle it when the market does fluctuate, when life throws us a curveball. We'll remember what happened before, and then we'll look forward in the future. So, again, in times of uncertainty, and we have to refrain from making bad decisions. And a lot of times, when our emotions get the best of us, we do make bad decisions. We have to step back, allow ourselves to calm down, or just refrain from making a decision until we know that we're in a state where we actually can. Another thing that I want to emphasize, we talked about the inexperienced investor who will just start pulling their money out as soon as they see um, their funds being a little bit unstable. Do not withdraw. Do not withdraw. In terms of the investments, do not withdraw your funds. In terms of life, do not withdraw. Do not withdraw from friends. Do not withdraw from family. Do not withdraw from God. A lot of times we think we can make it on our own. A lot of times we want to convince ourselves that we can do things on our own. But we need people in our lives. We need friends. We need family. And of course, we need God who gives us direction. And we need people in our corner, people around us, surrounding us, who are going to give us support and help us get through the tough times, the times that may be uncertain, or the times that will kind of throw us off in a little bit. But do not withdraw. It will not be to your benefit to do that. History tells us that recession happens. I mean, sometimes we're prepared for it, sometimes we're not. And if you live long enough, you will come upon a recession. Some of us listening right now have been in a couple of recessions, and some of us can remember even the last recession. But one thing that is sure, recessions don't last forever. And usually, what happens after a recession, it gives way to expansion, it gives way to growth. And if you follow the market, you'll know that when there was a recession at one point, right after that, there was so much growth, so much economic, just not downturn, but is there such word as upturn? If not, I just made it up. But if we just hang in there and prepare ourselves for what might happen, we'll understand that it's temporary. And again, you don't want to make permanent decisions in a temporary situation. You want to make sure that you are stable, that you are grounded. And so, some of the things that I've said to you through this whole episode, just remember diversification. Remember, what type of investor are you? Remember, in terms of, um, you know, the withdrawing, do not withdraw in times of stress or trauma or tragedy. So those are some of the things that I want you to remember. And maybe when you think of investing, you'll think of these things. It's not always the financial, but it's also in life. Better days are coming. If you're going through right now, better days are coming. It won't last forever, whatever the trial that you are facing at this moment. As I said before, even with a recession, even with a season, seasons change. Your situation, if it's not good, it will change. Just hang in there, keep a level head, hang on to your friends and your family, and of all things, trust in God. So, for the moms out there, those of you who have a dream on your heart, maybe something that you haven't even started yet, and you've always wanted to start, I can help you with that. I am a life coach for moms, and I assist moms, as I said earlier, with finding their purpose, identifying it, and then living it fully, all while taking care of your family. So if you want that opportunity to get it started, and no matter what that might be, let me help you with that. You can schedule a free consultation with me. It's www.chatwithcoachangela.com. Again, it's a free consultation, and we will chat about that. Let's see if we could chat this week. I do have some openings available. All right. Well, I am so glad that you have joined us again for the Angela Anderson Show. This show streams on Facebook Live. It's within the group that I have for moms and on my profile page. It also streams on YouTube. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. All right. And some of you have said, hey, I can't find it on there. Just keep looking. It's a new channel. It is there. All of the episodes so far that I have gone through are on the page, and it's at the Angela Anderson Show. Hit the subscribe button and you'll be notified when each one streams. I'm also on Spotify if you want the audio version, and just follow the Angela Anderson Show on Spotify. So that's all for today, ladies. Thank you so much. And again, I don't want to leave out the gentlemen. If you are here listening, we appreciate you too. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.